Greetings everyone, it's Michael Anastasiadis here, mortgage advisor from Bosanoff Mortgages Made Easy, coming to you live with your weekly mortgage and interest rate update. And look what a difference a week makes. And I'm not just talking about the location and the weather behind me, but look at these interest rates. Some very big changes in the interest rate world. So I'm talking about the fixed interest rates here. So look at that. We finally had the little drop in the 6 months back to 6.85 where it was a while ago. But look at the 1 year rate. You would have been hearing me go for ages sharing the 1 year rate. What was it? 6.85. Then last week it went to 6.72, 6.69, and look at it today, 6.64. And there's also a non-bank offering a special. Look at that. I'll put it right here so you can see. 6.20. But that's only for first home buyers with a 20% deposit for 1 year. That's a non-bank though. So if you've already got a mortgage, you won't get that. Look at the 18th month rate and 2 year rate, 6.29. And then we've got the 3, 4 and 5 year rate all at 5.99. So that's a big change, guys, within a week. So look at that. What a difference a week makes, right? So I can now call it. We've begun the cycle of interest rates going down. So yes, they are still high, but remember the average rate in New Zealand over the last 30 years has been around 7.5. And we never got there for those of you with a 20% deposit or 20% equity at the peak of these rates. So this is really good news. The next OCR announcement is on the 14th of August. So I don't think the Reserve Bank needs to do anything because the banks have already done the change for them. So the Reserve Bank governor, he's got the luxury now of keeping the OCR, and don't shoot me for saying this, he's got the luxury to keep the OCR on hold because the retail banks have already done the change for him. So he can now wait for a little bit longer. And I do think now that larger cuts to the OCR may happen in November. He might surprise us and do a 0.5, or it'll just be 0.25 and you'll just have 0.25 drops in the rates every time they meet. And they meet every 6 weeks, but then they don't meet until February in the new year, February, March. Can't even remember. I'll have to go look at my calendar. But the good news, the big takeaway from this update from you all today is the low interest rate cycle has begun. So what does that mean? It'll mean more buyers will slowly come back into the market. And another good news, and I've written it down here, servicing. We've had a couple of the big banks drop their test rate. So that means that when the banks look at assessing your mortgage, they've been doing it based on an interest rate of 9%. They've dropped it now to 8.75. Still high, so it won't change the needle for a lot of people, but it's all a move to show that we're over the peak and we're now entering the low rate cycle phase. So keep an eye on the video. We'll keep sharing this with you. The Fed in the US, they kept the interest rate unchanged over there, their OCR, but they signaled that cuts are coming. And the Australians, they have their one on Tuesday. They still got talk about a hike in the OCR, but I doubt that'll happen. So look, if you've got a mortgage that's coming up for renewal, definitely get in touch so we can make sure you are getting the right advice and you are getting the best rate from your bank. And if you're a first home buyer or someone's looking to buy and you've been waiting for the rates drop to happen, again, now's the time to get in touch to see if we can help you. And yes, we're finally here. I'm calling it. The low cycle period has begun. In terms of the banks, they've made some changes. You would have seen that the triple CFA, the government has this new government has said what they said would do and would take away some of their those draconian rules that were put in place. The banks have already taken a lot of those away, but this is the final easy now. So the lending landscape is still tough, but it's easing and will get easier. So if you've got a minimum 10% deposit and you've got at least, you don't want to be borrowing at least 5 times your income, I'd love to talk to you. If you've got a 20% deposit and you're not looking to borrow more than 5 times your income, the banks will love talking to you through me. So that's the good news. There we are, guys. I wasn't expecting to see these rates so low so soon, but things are moving, and that's at the cost of our New Zealand economy. So there are some poor brothers and sisters out there that are feeling it tough because they've probably lost jobs to sacrifice this for us, and that's why the economy is hurting. But for those of you with mortgages, we're trending in the right space. Anyway, guys, hopefully that was useful. If you are finding these videos useful, do me a favor, press that like button, press that share button, because you help me win on the social media algorithms and get my content out there to other people. Anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off, but that's the good news. Welcome to the low rate cycle phase. It'll be interesting to see what the media, when they pick up on it or when they report on this, but you heard it here first. Anyway, look at that weather for my friends in Europe. They'll be jealous because they're not enjoying the heat. Anyway, guys, take care. Ka kite. God bless, and we'll be in touch soon with another live update.